Hi, SifuZ here with Wing Chun Club in Ka'aba, Hawaii. And I want to talk to you about what makes my approach to Wing Chun different than most sifus and instructors I meet and see on the internet. But first, let me point out what is similar. One, we all claim to use our opponent's strength against them. Two, we all do similar arm movements and perform a set of postures known as SifuZ, Chun, and Buji. Three, we all use the wooden dummy, sticky hands, and the two weapons forms, bar chamdo and the long pole. And then four, most of us have drills that are derived from our set of postures. Now, with so much in common, you would think the millions of Wing Chun practitioners would be one big happy family. Well, the devil is in the detail, and it is this detail that divides many Wing Chun fans. The biggest difference is in each person's approach to the system. You'll find some who only train soft, and then others who only train hard, and there's everything in between. So you then have the various interpretations of how to apply the techniques of Wing Chun. And then we also have the varying degrees of integration. For some, it's the combat techniques of Wing Chun that they gravitate towards, and others are more attracted to the practice of building health. I've seen highly complex drill sequences and chi-sao combinations, and I've seen people go from slap fighting to out-and-out brawls. I've seen standing matches and matches that go to the ground. So this diversity may very well be at the root of Wing Chun's popularity. However, Wing Chun is a martial art. And as an art form, it is open to interpretation. And it is this interpretation of Wing Chun I feel that sets me apart from the mainstream of Wing Chun. I do not always disagree with other people's interpretations of our system, but I can't help but to observe the difference, especially after committing the past 16 years of my life to the art. So what exactly is my take on the Wing Chun system? For one, it was invented by a woman. Two, it has to work against a larger opponent. Three, it's a grappling art as much as it is a boxing art. Four, the SifuZ form functions as a vital exercise to strengthen the body and is the root of the Wing Chun process. And five, this process relies heavily upon efficiency within the training itself. Let me say five over again. The process relies heavily upon efficiency within the training itself. All right, now you may agree with some of or all of my perspectives, but very little Wing Chun in the mainstream supports this perspective. Ip Chun, for instance, feels that chi-sao sticky hands is the single most important aspect of Wing Chun training, and that the forms are an important yet secondary aspect. Often I see large Wing Chun instructors and sifus barreling over smaller practitioners with chain punches or a flurry of combinations and kicks. Very few Wing Chun practitioners take their Wing Chun to the ground. If they do, they usually transition to jiu-jitsu or mixed martial arts techniques. Many Wing Chun sifus even cross-train and receive belts in other art forms, plus hold down steady jobs. Wow. Yet some of the greatest fighters and athletes turn to Wing Chun for the hidden treasures that are only revealed through proper Wing Chun training. One of my favorite personalities in martial arts is Eddie Bravo. He makes a very valid point when he says, there are only so many hours in the day. Yeah, I think Eddie Bravo made that up. The success of the infamous Shaolin nuns came from their approach to training. I've contemplated the conditions these nuns must have lived in. I've read several history books to help me in this. The 1400s was an amazing time in human history. China ruled the planet. Most people, let alone women, let alone nuns, had the luxury of training. The training had to come from the way they lived. It had to be unrecognizable, subtle yet effective. They would have little time to play chisao, which was probably practiced on a slight occasions when they were alone together. Now, although I feel that almost everything I see on the internet representing Wing Chun is contrary to what Wing Chun is, I'm still a big fan of every single Wing Chun practitioner. Because the one thing Wing Chun is to us all is a method of discovery. An art that revels in the human body and mind. Not all of us have had the opportunity to train with an actual master. But all of us are responsible for mastering our own lives and taking control of our responses to life. This to me is Wing Chun's precious gift to the world. A clear and direct route to achieving humankind's highest ideals. What are your thoughts on this? Please subscribe, rate, and comment. Aloha.